Hi guys, it's Monica from Yellow Brick DIY. Please excuse the noise in the back, but I do have my machine cutting. I just wanted to quickly walk through a few steps and tricks for you guys who are painting these ladder inserts at home. I'm gonna do two here as an example. Obviously a lot of ladder inserts went out, but these rules will apply to all of them. So that's why I just wanted to pull these two examples to show you. So you have your little bag, they come individually bagged. So just know that each single bag has all the parts in it that you'll need. So first what we're gonna do is paint a background that is scored. There's a few of them like this. These leaves are scored onto this wood, and so we wanna make sure that we don't completely cover those up when we're painting. So for that we use a baby wipe, which is included in your kit. So I have my paint set out here on this tray. For this background I'm gonna do green. So I'm just gonna go ahead and dip my wipe into the paint and always dab a little bit off. Now, make sure that you don't start where there's a scored line. So you'll see that happy and fall are marked out for you. You can cover that as much as you want with paint because that's just to help you with placement. No one's gonna see that. So I'll start around that area and then I'll take my baby wipe and I'll lightly rub over the scored leaves or any scored lines that you have that you want visible. And you'll see that you can still completely see those leaves. Where I wasn't careful, they filled in that line, but that's okay because that does not matter. It will be covered up. So let's do that again. Just dip a little bit of paint in, take your wipe, and pretty lightly wipe across all of these leaves here. You're covering the whole board. Now, a lot of these need 2 coats, and that's okay. So let this dry, stick this to the side. Next, what we're gonna do is walk through how to paint our letters or any individual pieces that you have. You have makeup sponges in these kits. So this happy is going to be this tan color. So I'm gonna take my makeup sponge, always, always, always dab some of that extra paint off onto your little tray here. You don't wanna go in with too much paint. And we're literally just dabbing the whole time. Now this particular color doesn't really change too much. It kind of looks like the natural wood tone, but I just wanted to cover it up a little bit here, give it a little more of a tan shade. And we'll go ahead and we'll do the orange, same deal. I'm gonna dab in, I'm gonna dab off some of that extra paint, and then we're just dabbing. This one's a little easier to see. And if you have larger surfaces, you can certainly take that paint and swipe like so. You just want to make sure that you're not using too much paint. You don't want it to spill too far over to the edge. If you get a lot on the edge, you can take a baby wipe or a wet paper towel and go ahead and clean those edges off while the paint is still wet. That is the key. And then it looks nice and finished and there's no paint along the side. So we'll just go ahead and clean this off and finish these letters up here, the A and the L. Now, with this being for fall, all of these kits, 1 coat works if you like to see some of that wood, if you like that kind of distressed look. For this particular example, I do only do 1 coat for the tan and the orange. If you aren't happy with the coverage of 1 coat, go ahead and do another. Just make sure that you're not using too much paint at once, and of course that it's dry before you go ahead and do coat number 2. Now this is dry. It dries really quick, this paint. So we're gonna literally just repeat what we just did here, and you'll see that that green is really starting to come to life now with coat number 2. So we'll just dab in and lightly wipe our board with our baby wipe. And now it's nice and finished and you can totally see those leaves. Now another technique for some of you, you have what we call a chip brush in your kit. And so what I've done on any kit that has the chip brush, that's how I painted the backer board of this. So actually, believe it or not, I did not paint the full thing. I left the wood tone. I took my cream colored paint here and I dipped my bristles into this paint. Now, take a paper towel and always dab off extra. You want to start out with nice light coats on this. This is called dry brushing. And so you'll see that little by little, it is adding paint to the wood. Now when you run out of paint, you dab in, dab onto that paper towel, and swipe horizontally. You're just going side to side like this. Now obviously coat number 1 gave a pretty light coat. I want to go heavier. And remember, you can always build on, you can add. It's just a lot harder to take off. So take your time, have patience, let it build. It will build over a few times, and there is no right or wrong. If you are happy after 2 coats, leave it. If you want it to be more, keep going. You just don't want to make the mistake of dabbing those bristles and not dabbing that extra paint off. Trust me, it'll be a little too heavy and you probably won't be too happy with the results. Now you can certainly do this with absolutely any color paint. It does not have to just be this cream color. You can also mix colors in there. I have a few examples where I mixed the white with the tan color or a lighter color, and so you'll see that it kind of just builds. So I'm going to stick that to the side for now. I'm going to take another sponge and I'm going to dip it into this metallic color paint that I have here for this particular pumpkin, and I am just dabbing. I'm going to dab the whole thing. Light coats of paint. A little bit goes a long way for this, guys. You really don't have to go crazy on the paint, because remember, if you add too much paint, it's going to be globby looking, and nobody wants that. I mean, like, nice and smooth and nice and light coats. So you can see that that 1 coat of this metallic paint does the trick for me. And so now I'll take it, and my line is scored, as is most of these inserts. And that's going to show me exactly where I need to place that. So quickly, let's work on gluing. I have a bigger bottle of glue, but in your kits, you have a smaller little tube of super glue. Don't forget, these are not getting kicked across the room, right? So we don't have to do a ton of glue. I do a few dabs here and there, but the key is to take that tray, take your piece, and swipe it 1 time across the edge. What this does is it helps avoid any glue from seeping out of the sides here. And so I just line it up with my score marks, and voila, perfect placement. Let's do that 1 more time. A few dabs of glue here on our letter. Take that letter or whatever piece you're working on, slide it across that tray. Take your letter carefully, line it up with those included scored lines, and voila. Perfect. That's it, guys. I mean, pretty much across the board, that's what you need to do. If you have any pieces that are giving you a hard time or questions, please just shoot me a message and let me know. I'm happy to help. If anyone needs anything else at all, please feel free to reach out to me. And in the meantime, when you do finish your products, go ahead and send me a picture. I cannot wait to see them. Thanks so much, guys. Have a great day.